Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Kerstin. I am so excited to be here with you today. It's been a little while since I've been on live. Took a little time off, but I'm still sharing some fun interviews of coffee chats that I've had with people. Because, I love to sit here with my favorite cup of Joe. I show up with my confidence and my courage sitting here right in my hand. This is what gets my day going, gets that confidence moving. And I am so excited to be here with you today. And I brought a friend, you guys. I'm so excited to have Tony Taylor, who is personally in my region in the Pacific Northwest here. We have a beautiful day today. And I reached out to Tony because I love the work that he does and how he shows up for people. Because today, what we always talk about on Coffee with Kerstin is how are you showing up? What does that look like for you, and what does that look like for how we're all showing up together? So thank you so much, Tony, for being on the show today. I'm super excited to have you here.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate the invite. We're talking about one of my favorite subjects, showing up.
Showing up. It's all about that. We're both showing up with our cup of coffee, right?
Yeah.
I love your coffee cup.
My son made it friggin' probably about 6 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so cute.
Yeah.
When our kids show up for us like that, that's something that hits the heart.
Yeah, he actually made it for my wife. I stole it.
Oh, well played.
Yeah.
Well played. So, Tony, I reached out to you because I was reading some posts and I love the message that you're showing up with for other people. That is so, it just shows up in your passion from your heart of you stepping into helping others and specifically helping veterans to find fruitful work after they've left military life and moved into civilian life. And this is a passion that's near and dear to my heart. I come from a military family. My father was special forces. I understand the culture in the military and the differences that can happen between the military culture and civilian culture. And there is a transition, and I'm here to say that's real. It's a very very real transition. And I love that you're stepping into just this heart-driven, because you don't get paid for this, right? This is not your day job. This is your passion job in life.
Right.
I like passion jobs. So tell me a little bit about how this came to be and why you're choosing to step into this passion job for veterans.
So I'll give you a little context. With me, I enlisted in the military twice. The first time I joined the military, I joined because I wanted to make a difference in my life, wanted to make a difference in my family's life, and I was told that pretty much you join the military, you're going to have the world right at your feet, right? Mm-hmm. And that was the farthest from the truth, right? So I'll fast forward a little bit. I got out of the Marine Corps and I'm thinking, I'm going to have all these different jobs lined up, and it didn't happen. I was getting, interview requests from companies, I think as a truck driver, as infantry, but not in the military. It was the weirdest thing. Nothing against those jobs, but it just wasn't something that I did. I even worked as a correctional officer at a prison. And if you know me, and if you know me, that's just not my deal. But I had to do what I had to do to provide for my family. And my story is just like many other veterans. They get out of the military and they get shoved in a job because, it fits a criteria of society. And that's what happened to me. And I joined the military again. And the second time I joined the military, I said, you know what, this time I'm going to get the education that I need. I'm going to prepare myself with the skills. And here I am. I got out of the military. I took a job for the Department of Defense and worked for the fire department. And I always had in the back of my head, you know what, once I'm done, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start pretty much serving the people that were in my position at one point in time or another. And that's what I've been doing. I've been using my platform, I would say probably the last 3 or 4 years to pretty much raise awareness and connect veterans to meaningful employment. You use the word fruitful. I love that because it's just like, yeah, we can all go get a job paying minimum wage, getting out of the military. Yes, there's nothing wrong with those jobs, but we're talking about men and women that served our country. We're talking about our nation's heroes. They deserve better, right? They deserve better. So, so that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to raise awareness for that. Just like you said, I don't get paid for it. Sometimes, I'm going to bed at 2:00 in the morning, but I'm making those connections. I'm talking to different CEOs of, Fortune 100 companies, connecting them to, the lieutenant or the corporal, the sergeant that just got out of the military. And I mean, it is an amazing feeling to get the text or the email to say, hey, you know what, bro? I just got a job making over 6 figures. I can't believe it. And there's been many a nights where, I'll look at my phone and I'll just start crying because I remember being in those situations. I remember trying to make those connections and just basically run into a brick wall. So,
yeah. Well, number one, thank you so much for your service. I personally and everybody around me has a heart for the military, obviously. And for first responders, you were also a first responder. So thank you so much for your service in that way too. And I love, you said, the raging awareness. I think that is so poignant of, it's not just, hey, what'd you think about this? No. We need raging awareness on this.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. We have these heroes that are right in our backyard. We need to give them a place to continue to serve our country and our communities. Right. And give them a place to step up and show up in all their amazing skill sets. And I can just feel it from across the computer screen.
I appreciate it. I appreciate your kind words.
Passion you have for this, and you're showing up. Again, this is not your paid job. You're showing up with just this inherent passion for helping others. And I think every time we show up and we help others, we step into just maybe that one more slice of world peace, right? That's my dream bubble that goes above my head every time.
I love it. One slice at a time, right?
One slice at a time, my friend. One slice at a time. One coffee chat at a time. One action at a time. So that's one of our polls today, is we're asking what inspires you. Obviously, Tony, what inspires you is those phone calls late at night, that text. I got the job, right? And I honestly, when you said that, I got goosebumps, because I can only imagine how elated you feel when that happens, right?
Oh, definitely.
Just deep in your soul. So, bless you for being that person that really uplifts others to help them show up in their best way.
Oh, bless you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
So I want to ask you, this is one thing, because we want to encourage. Right. I feel we're here to encourage. We're here to up level every room, even if it's virtual, even if it's a virtual room. Every room that we can step in and uplift is a better day. So how would you like to see people show up for veterans and create more space for this?
I would say, there's a lot of veterans that are without gainful employment right now. And even right now during COVID-19, I scroll on LinkedIn, Indeed, and believe it or not, still monster.com. And
still there?
It still exists. It does. I mean, they were one of the first sites, but there's still jobs there, and the jobs haven't went down. And then you look at some of these jobs, and they're looking for people for 3 and 4 months at a time. And I know for a fact that there's veterans applying for those jobs, because I'm sending them to apply for the jobs and, copy and pasting and saying, hey, apply for this, and then reaching out to them. I would just say, show up for veterans by giving them a chance. Invite them. Yeah. Have a conversation with them. And there's a stigma with veterans. And I have a series on YouTube that I have to where it's called Veteran Misconceptions, where, first time, I talk to a lot of people and they say, we don't want to hire a veteran because we think that he or she is going to show up yelling at us. Well, some people, right? Maybe that might be true, but not necessarily veterans, right? You'll show up, like, let's say, like you hire me. I'll probably, I'll show up and I'll be empathetic. I'll be whatever and do whatever I need to do to get the job done. And that's what a lot of veterans are about. We're not about yelling. We're not about, being demonstrative, because, I mean, in the military community, we don't believe in that kind of leadership.
No, so, and I can speak to that too, that it's about respect and manners.
Exactly.
It's yes, ma'am, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I would just say, to answer that question, I would just say, just giving them a chance, having a conversation with them, go away from, hey, we're going to hire, if we hire this person, they have to have this degree or they have to have that degree. I'll be the first one to tell you that out of the degrees that I have, I'm no smarter than what I was. I learned everything that I know from being raised by an awesome single mother, right? And going to the military. That's what I know. Everything else, the fancy, quote unquote, fancy book learning, no. I know how to write an APA format. Is that how you said APA? See what I'm saying? So so just giving veterans a shot, giving them a shot. And
I totally agree.
Yeah. And I get a lot of questions. They say, especially like on LinkedIn, they say, hey, Tony, you talk a lot about, giving veterans jobs and, what about everything else that veterans face?
Yeah.
Well, for me, as being a veteran and being in those positions, I mean, if you drive past, I know we've all seen it, the guy or the gal with the signs that says, I'm a veteran, I need help. If you give that person a job, right, he or she will be able to take care of themselves. And that's with their heart. That's like mentally, that's like everything else. That's like a big part of our needs that need to get met. So I think it's huge to hire veterans.
I totally agree. I think it is. We're doing ourselves a favor by really stepping into that and showing up in that way. So thank you for offering that up. Tony, I would love to have you post the link to that Veteran Misconceptions YouTube series that you have. So we'll post that in there so that anybody, for those who are interested, you could watch that. Maybe, think about showing up in a different way after you've watched that, and really just loving all that you're doing for the veterans. So again, thank you so much, because we always want to encourage how you show up. We're so blessed that we get to show up here on Coffee with Kerstin for all of you, because we're sponsored by the Body Language Strategy Academy. So a big thank you to the Body Language Strategy Academy. And our sponsor is giving away, because they want to help you show up in your best way possible, a 5-day challenge. So we're going to give away one, and all you have to do is that within the next 24 hours by midnight tonight, you text BLS, and I'm going to put this in the a link to this also in the comments for the post, BLS to 55678. So we'll add that in. Text it right now, and we'll add you in to the giveaway. One person is going to get this for free, because we want to invite you to just this higher awareness of how you're stepping up and how you're showing up, so that way you can create a bigger impact and create more purpose in the world, just like Tony is. He is stepping in for veterans, doing an amazing job. So thank you so much, Tony, for everything that you do. I'm so inspired, and I love that word. I think inspired it's your favorite word, and I think it's an important word. It's the word that we're using in our poll today. Please answer the poll, because we want to hear what inspires you. And, we got the different answers. Is it money? Is it friends and family? Or is it helping others? And obviously, Tony, helping others is a huge part of what inspires you, and more importantly, how you're inspiring other people. So thank you so much for being here today, and for your amazing passion and your passionate job of helping veterans.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And if your listeners are listening to this, they better try to get that free service, because if not, I'm gonna snatch it up myself. It sounds like a phenomenal deal. That's awesome of you for offering that up to the public. That is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, we love to give and we love to help others step up and really step into their greatness. So again, don't forget to text B as in Bravo, L as in Larry, S as in Sam, to 55678. We'll put that in the comments so that way you have it there. In the next 24 hours, we're going to make the announcement tomorrow of who won. So jump in on that. Showing up is the first step to stepping up into greatness. So take that opportunity, BLS, to remember, text it to 55678. Thank you so much to the Body Language Strategy Academy for sponsoring Coffee with Kerstin. And again, Tony, such a pleasure to chat with you today over a little cup of Joe, over a cup of our courage and our confidence. And
Oh yeah.
We send our blessings out to you on this amazing journey of helping others.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.